So, Saudi Arabia and the US just wrapped up their 75-year-long dance with the petrodollar. Yeah, you heard that right. This agreement, the backbone of global economics, ended on June 9th, 2024. This is absolutely massive for geopolitics and Bitcoin especially. And you better strap in and stay until the finish because things just got even crazier. Not only are we witnessing the end of the petrodollar era, but we've also just got a modern-day Cuban Missile Crisis brewing between Russia and the US. Let's see what this says here. There's a nuclear Russian ship chilling off the coast of Florida, and the US is scrambling to keep up with it? What the f?
Party, that party. Come and have a good time with G.O.D.
Welcome back to the most bullish Bitcoin only show on the planet. I'm your chief propagandist, Rustin, and here's something flying under the radar that you may want to keep an eye on: the recent BRICS ministerial meeting in Russia. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Well, let me break it down for you. 22 countries gathered for a powwow where they chatted about a bunch of stuff. You know, the usual global governance, climate change, energy systems, and even humanitarian efforts in Palestine. But what caught my attention was their talk about using local currencies more in their trades and financial dealings. This move is just another step in the ongoing saga of countries flipping the bird to the petrodollar system. You see, the petrodollar system has been propping up the US dollar for ages. It's making Uncle Sam feel like he's got a free ride while everyone else has to foot the bill. But wait, there's more. Saudi Arabia, the big player in all this, showed up to the BRICS party. Yeah, the name Saudi Arabia, that's been cozy with the US for ages, but things are changing. The current US administration has been stumbling left and right, and Saudi Arabia is starting to look elsewhere for monetary buddies. From draining the SPR to messing up names at global summits, it's been a comedy of errors. And let's not forget the rumors swirling around about some secret contract between the US and Saudi Arabia supposedly, well, ending recently. Now, if these BRICS nations actually go through with using their own currencies more, well, it's going to hit the dollar where it hurts. Less demand for dollar means more printing and debt for the US. And that's a recipe for disaster.
There's no reason why oil has to be priced in dollars. It could be priced in today, euros, back then, Deutschmarks, Swiss francs, Japanese yen, gold. You can price oil a lot of different ways. But they agreed to price it in dollars in exchange for our guarantee of their continued rule in their national security. That deal worked beautifully for 30 years. Through the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, it really did put a floor under the dollar. But Saudi sells most of the oil these days to China, not the United States. So how long will it be before Saudi Arabia says, okay, China, we'll take your currency in exchange for oil, or maybe we'll take gold, or China buys gold and gives us gold and we'll send you the oil. But one way or another, the dollar is out of the picture. Again, that hasn't happened yet, but that process is already underway. So this is one of many threats to the reserve currency status of the dollar. And when that status goes away, as I described, you could be back to a world of, borderline hyperinflation in the U.S.
But before you start cheering for the BRICS crew, hold your horses. This move could backfire big time. Geopolitical tensions, internal strife, these guys are a mess. And don't even get me started on trying to coordinate all these currencies. It's like herding a bunch of cats. So what's the solution? Well, it ain't the BRICS currency, that's for sure. Nah. What we need is something decentralized. Something like Bitcoin.
The US doesn't do it and BRICS does it. Well, that's where the US could get in trouble, because if Bitcoin becomes a means of exchange that's widely accepted and everybody's using it, and it becomes this natural reserve asset that people are looking for that's anti-inflationary while the Treasury is doing what we're watching is happening, people will start turning to Bitcoin. Well, that's when the dollar hyperinflates, because it's over. That's it. That's hyper-Bitcoinization. The whole world. Forget about BRICS. That's the whole world.
Imagine a world where each country controls its financial destiny with a currency that's nobody's puppet. That is the dream, folks. And with everything going on, we might be in the midst of the closest to midnight the doomsday clock has ever been. I don't know if that's hyperbole or not, but this isn't. You need to get your Bitcoin off the exchanges. Now, before we get to the Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0, let's take a minute to recognize our sponsors, the Bitcoin Way. Simply Bitcoin Originals are powered by the Bitcoin Way. They've got 25 years of experience in cybersecurity. They are your IT team in the Bitcoin world. Whether you're just getting started setting up your first Bitcoin wallet or node, or you're looking into UTXO management, multi-sig security, inheritance planning, or accepting Bitcoin payments, they've got you covered. Not only that, they are focused on all things cybersecurity, Bitcoin security. Time to go from the why Bitcoin to how Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin way will hold your hand and guide you through every step of the process. All right, guys, picture this. There's a nuclear Russian ship chilling off the coast of Florida, and the U.S. is scrambling to keep up with it. Yeah, you heard me right. We're talking about a high-stakes game of cat and mouse here with exercises being carried out, tensions escalating, and headlines are screaming. Here's one post. The U.S. is chasing nuclear Russian submarine near Florida. It's like a scene straight out of a Cold War thriller, except it's happening right here, right now. Clown world, the gift that just keeps on giving. Now, in the midst of all this geopolitical drama, where does Bitcoin fit in the picture? Let me tell you, Bitcoin's like the calm in the midst of this storm. While traditional currencies are being rattled by political turbulence, Bitcoin's standing tall, right here near all-time highs, unaffected by borders or governments.
Fiat money breeds war. Bitcoin monetizes peace and love. And I explain why that is, because it's unconfiscatable. So no matter how much coercion you attempt or violence, you cannot get my Bitcoin. So you have to come at me with something different. You have to come out with something that I want in exchange for my Bitcoin in a peaceful way. Violence and war are demonetized by Bitcoin.
Things are outdated. Think about it. In times of uncertainty, people are going to look for safe havens, something they can rely on when the world seems to be going haywire. And that's where Bitcoin shines. It's decentralized, it's borderless, and it's immune to political gamesmanship. So while the powers that be are busy playing their geopolitical chess, I'm doubling down on Bitcoin. Because when the dust settles and the smoke clears, well, Bitcoin's going to be standing strong and a beacon of stability in a world gone mad. Hey, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. And buckle up because we're in for a wild ride. And if you want to hedge your bets against all the chaos and defund the war machine by separating the money from state and ending the fiat cabal once and for all, Orange Coin's your solution, baby. Hey, be sure to like, subscribe, share the Sound Money Gospel. Give us a pump. Set those notifications. And for all the latest breaking Bitcoin news, you're going to want to head over to Simply Bitcoin and follow us on Twitter. And don't miss the #1 live Bitcoin only news show on YouTube, Simply Bitcoin Live. They're coming at you Monday through Friday at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. And we're coming at you 3 times a week, bringing you the best, the most bullish, and most foolish in Bitcoin Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So stay tuned, set those notifications. I'll catch you all Thursday.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.